Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to show you this clip from a Fred Astaire film. I even forgot the title of the film. After this here, we should all go home, close the cinema for a month, and then start over again. So these things happen in cinema, and I love these moments because it is quintessential cinema. It is just light and shadow and dancing or movement, and something very, very intelligent how it is made. And I would also like to point out that, of course, here you have an early cinema effect. The shadows, of course, is a back projection, and all of a sudden the shadows take on their own lives. So it is a very, very remarkable piece of cinema, and showing that, I think I wouldn't be necessary anymore for the film students. Is it correct that you're sitting here in the first 4 rows? Yes, okay, yeah.
But I hope you won't leave just so soon, so we could talk a bit and you can talk with the students as well. So you took us back to earlier ages of cinema. What do you find so fascinating about that one?
Well, cinema cannot get any better. So that's it. It does not. The beautiful thing is, this does not need any explanation. We do not have to talk about it. It is as it is. Cinema will never be better than that. No matter what you will see in the future, this is the essence of cinema.
So why so many books about your work? So why so many articles written about you? Why so many?
I have not wanted the articles and the books about me. It would be much better if they didn't exist. and it would be much better if I could stay anonymous, which is not possible anymore, because today you have the media with extreme sensitivity. If you are working in New Guinea, in the jungle, somewhere in the mountains, they will know, and somebody with a cell phone will take your picture and send it to the internet. So this is not possible anymore, and the days are over where the 300 Spartans fought with Leonidas at the Thermopylae. Those days are over. Only Leonidas is known, and all the 300s are anonymous. I would like to be one of the 300, but it's not possible anymore.
But the thing is, we need the Leonidas in any case. There was one, and you probably are the Leonidas of your movies.
Oh no, you have to stop right here.
Okay, I stop here.
Let's speak about something that makes more sense.
Okay, let's talk about how you got into this whole thing of making movies.
How I got into this mess. Well, you probably know that I had no idea about cinema. I was not familiar with the phenomenon of cinema until I was 11. In fact, a traveling projectionist arrived at the little schoolhouse. the one classroom schoolhouse in the Bavarian mountains until I did not even know it existed. So, and of course I moved to the big city, Munich, and from there on I saw cinema, but it was all insignificant sort of things, Zorro, Tarzan, Dr. Fu Manchu. And Dr. Fu Manchu was a very important moment, because when I watched Fu Manchu film, I saw that one shot was recycled of a stuntman falling down, being shot down from a rock. 10 minutes later or 12 minutes later, the same shot was used again. It was only 2 seconds long. And I was the one who saw it. All my friends said, no, he was really shot dead. And so in this, I started to think, how did they put it together? How did they cheat us? How was it done? So it made me look at films differently. And then when I was 14, it was obvious that I would make films, and I would write. I would write poetry, and I would make films. So, but it's not so important. What's more important is that, of course, I was rejected from every single television station, production companies, and thrown out. And besides, my puberty came very late. So until I was 16, I was a school child, looked like a school child. It was thrown out all the time. So I knew I had to become my own producer, otherwise I would never make a film. And and I worked in a factory at night and earned money, and I was in school during day. So once I was out of school, I had money enough to produce my first films. Mm-hmm. So it's a very simple way, and I think all of you can do the same. If you don't find a producer or anyone to support your project, you have to become self-reliant. And today, as cameras have become very small, very inexpensive, and very professional, you can make a feature film for $10,000, $15,000. Mm-hmm. And of course it is a question of defeats. Probably you will end up in defeat, and you will create the next defeat and the next defeat, but in a way there is a dialectic to defeats. They mysteriously sometimes transform into a platform of something much bigger. So that's a way to do it. And when you look at these cameras here, for example, each one of you can find a camera like this. And I do not want to hear complaints anymore. Everybody is in complaints. Yeah, nobody wants to have my films. So what? You have to acquire a camera somehow. And there's no excuses anymore. There's no lament anymore. No culture of complaint that I would accept. You have to go out and you have to do it. So that's one of the basic things you have to know about your profession. And it will be a complicated life that you will have. It will be a life full of humiliations and defeats. And you will eventually also accomplish something, and you will give significance, or you will give meaning to your lives if you do it the right way. So I cannot be too encouraging, because you have to accept what is waiting out there for you.